All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the party. It is Friday, June the 13th, 2025. Friday the 13th, for those of you who remember those movies. Uh, we're excited to be here. We're excited to be here, excited to be available at this moment in time to be of support. Excited for each of you who are here supporting us in the creation of this interaction through your energy. We're excited for those of you who have found this recording, for you are most likely our type of people. And for those of you who are able to hang on through this interaction, participate in this interaction, we want to suggest that you check the description for our conscious discussions as a next step. Our conscious discussions are live interactions where we actually have conversation via Zoom, uh, in the same manner, similar manner, but just not via chat. It's actual conversation where our energies are even more closely connected because of the conversation, because of the share of language, if you will, and because of that connection, your inspirations are triggered even more so deeply, bringing up the questions and the answers that are most perfect for you at that moment, to not just to support you, but with our goal and mission to accelerate the process, accelerate this growth and expansion process, accelerate your ability to realize the truth of you in source and begin to express yourself freely, free of fear, free of the hesitation, breathing deeply, your authentic, most unique self, able to act on your inspirations without hesitation. That's the point. And it doesn't take a lifetime for you to realize the truth of you, especially if you're being supported in a high fashion, especially if you're being supported with consistency. And at the core, that's what we desire to be for you. In this, at this moment, via this platform, this channel, we are live. And today's topic is let the magic happen. Let the magic happen. The pages turn on their own if you have patience. Let the magic happen. The pages turn on their own if you have patience. Conscious creators, you have to understand that the magic is always happening. Intentions, whether conscious or unconscious, are always unfolding. Even if you sit still for a day's period of time, your intentions are still unfolding. The magic is still happening. First of all, that which source is intending is still materializing, manifesting on your plane of existence. You just merely need to look outside your window and see all of the things that are happening in spite of you. The movement of the animals, the growth of the plants and the trees. These are intentions materializing. These are manifestations occurring via the frequencies, the energies that have the information of source attached to them, that are again materializing on your plane of existence. The growth of the grass and the trees, the movement of the animals. Benny was riding the other day with his boys and he saw the a huge number of geese had just taken off and were doing their thing for this time of year, heading where they go for this time of year. And it was a large number and they were already in the V shape, just left the ground, but had already gotten into the V shape, headed where they're headed. How do they know? Who told them where to go? And you know they travel hundreds of miles to go where they go and to come from where they come from. Who told them? How do they know? It's embedded, it's ingrained. First, energetically, vibrationally, idea wise, to the point where it's manifest as actual behavior. turned into experience by the geese. And this is happening without your consent, right? There's so much happening without your consent. There's so much happening even within your body without your consent, unconsciously programmed into it, sourced into it. Let the magic happen. It's happening anyway. So if the magic is happening around you and it's happening anyway, and that which is energy is made manifest, and you move the energies through your vibrational expression and the thoughts within that vibrational expression and the associated feelings within that vibrational expression that makes up your individual, unique, authentic energy signature, then what's the process when you look closely? What's the process? And the reason why you have not achieved that which you are intending, the reason you have not experienced the abundance that you desire, the reason you have not experienced the well being, the relationships that you desire. If the process is the same and the process is happening with or without you, and the process is happening inside of your body with or without you, then now you've narrowed it down to only a fraction of that which you are managing, which is what is appearing outside of you, can manage, which is that which is appearing outside of you. Now, once upon a time, you weren't even managing that. You were unconscious. You were unaware of the inner creative process. You were unaware of that which you are responsible for and can take full responsibility for your part in every present moment that influences your experience. But now that you know, and you know that these things are happening anyway, the questions are, what is it that I am doing, or what is it that I am not doing that is in opposition to that which I am creating? And in large part, it's merely the resistance. You are offering resistance. You are offering conflict energetically, vibrationally to that which you are intending. Not in your actions. Your actions come last. Not in your words. Your words are almost last position. You can discover that with how you are in conflict with your intentions through your thoughts. Your thoughts give you indication to what you are believing, and your believing, your dominant ideas within your mind and body are what are dictating your vibrational expression as it relates to a specific intention. And your vibrational expression, if it is in conflict, opposing the vibrational expression of the experience you desire and how it feels when you entertain it in the present moment, then that is the issue. That is the issue. And you already know because you have manifest things. You have materialized intentions, unconscious intentions, unaware, have materialized for you. And you've looked at that process and saw what you have done. You have thought about a thing. You have considered a thing. You have felt the thing. Let's just look at unwanted things, right? The relationship that was unwanted, that broke down and was painful. You were thinking in that fashion. You were considering in that fashion. And in that thinking and considering, you were feeling in alignment with that end before it actually manifests. So you were in perfect alignment with it. You weren't in conflict with the result that appeared, right? Because the conditioning says focus on the problem. Focus on the problem, defend against it, set up barriers, and all of these types of things, which cause you to what? Focus on the problem. You're not focused on the actual experience that you desire. You're not focused on what you really, really want. You're focused on what you don't want and doing everything right, thinking about it. You're feeling about it. You're talking about it. And in all of that, you're activating your inner creative process and expressing vibrationally in alignment with the end that is actually undesired. So when you look at those type of experiences and you see how pure you were, then that's exactly what you want to do, but in the direction of that which you desire, in the direction of that which you intend. Think about it, feel on it, have conversations about it. Even if you just have conversations with yourself, it's about aligning the mind and body in feeling and in imagery in the direction of that which you are intending. Now, the challenge is because of the conditioning in the direction of unwanted things and low vibrational things, you begin to consider all of the reasons why you can't have it, all of the reasons why you're not ready for it, all of the reasons why you don't have the money yet, all of the reasons why, and you don't even know this because it goes deeper than what the conscious mind tells you, all of the reasons why you're not worthy of it. These are the things that begin to come into mind because you're conditioned into low vibration and considering the issues and the challenges of your potential versus just holding that end result potential in as many present moments as you can. If you were to do this, when you get to the point of growth, expansion, and awareness, to be able to hold an intention, regardless of how things look, hold the feeling of it, play in the feeling of your intention in the present moment, regardless of how things look at the moment, you will begin to see that the pages turn naturally. The information that you need shows up naturally. The people that you need, the resources that you need show up naturally. The pages turn on their own. Because the truth is, no effort is your power. And if you're not very careful, effort is synonymous with disbelief. Effort is synonymous with not quite sure, so I need to do all of these things. When you truly believe and you truly KNO, you truly OW, you truly know what? Know the inner creative process. Know what you're responsible for. Know that when you establish an idea in energy, it actually exists, even though you can't perceive it yet with your physical senses, and that it is begins to gain momentum and grow and expand until at the perfect moment it manifests in front of you as experience with all the necessary collaborative components, the people, the shapes, the forms, the resources, the monies, all of those things are there. And funny thing is, this has always been the case. This has always been the happening because of the belief and the misinterpretation. It's always so difficult to switch and turn and to be pure toward that which you actually want. That can't really be. That can't really happen, even though it's happening all the time, and it's happening in large part for unwanted things. But when you try to turn it toward that which is wanted, worthiness steps in. The value idea steps in. And that's why it's so hard to fathom. I can't really have that, even though I've been creating all along. I can't really have that. That amount of success is not what my family's used to. We're not worthy of that. That is a huge amount of money. Worthy, value, these ideas come into play when Source doesn't even consider those ideas. No, that's not even a consideration. When you're in alignment, the pages turn on their own. And that which you're supposed to do in the process of being, doing, and having, you are inspired to do. You feel inside of you, hey, I'm supposed to go to this store. I need to go to this store today. I need to go this direction today. Oh, wow, I found the vacuum cleaner and it was 50% off. Oh, wow, I heard I had a conversation with a friend and they asked me, they have no idea, and they asked me if I knew anyone who needed a thing, something that I have been looking for the past 2 weeks. And things materialize along the way effortlessly. You're just going about your daily life effortlessly, and the things are showing up. The pages are turning on their own because you're doing everything right. You're in alignment and you're not in conflict with what you're intending. From a beautiful experience at your favorite restaurant to a vacuum cleaner to dining room chairs to a new job or career to the business you've thought about starting. There's nothing off limits because everything is in energy and everything is inside of you because you are the source of those energies as it pertains to your life experience. And the sooner you stop wrestling with that idea, the sooner you can stop offering conflict to that which you are intending because some of these core ideas you have to accept in order to stop offering resistance. You have to accept that you're not your mind and you're not your body. You have to accept that you have been conditioned. And that is part of the process of transforming those ideas so that you can be the truth of you that exists in source and begin to believe and think from that place. And when you begin to think and believe and think from that place, a lot of the conditioning has to fall away. And in the process of that, you are elevating yourself in frequency, vibrational expression, which aligns you with higher vibrational frequency events in your life. And the more you do this, you are clearing the path for your true desires to be materialized because you're no longer offering resistance to them. And no, nobody, everybody is not inspired to be a global presence, but everybody has inspiration. Everybody has things that they are moved to, ideas that they are moved to. And those ideas materialized will be unique to the individual. Their expression will be beautifully unique to the individual. Everyone has those to varying degrees. But in order to actually breed those, there are ideas you must accept. And you must stop offering resistance, stop being in conflict to that which is through you. But the pages turn on their own when this happens. When you get in alignment and are able to stay in alignment with your intention without being in conflict with it, you find that the pages turn on their own. We have individuals who are entrepreneurs that we are working with as case studies. And each one we've been working with for less than a year. And they have big goals from your perspective. But the bulk of what we have worked with them on is getting out of resistance, not being in conflict with what they're intending, while simultaneously holding the idea and establishing themselves, discovering who they are in the picture and beginning to establish those ideas as dominant. And as they have begun to do these things, the momentum toward their actual intentions is increasing. They are beginning to see happenings in their experience more and more frequently in relationship to that which they are intending. And they're seeing that where they once worked from your perspective really, really hard, tried really, really hard, pressed for results really, really hard, that when you're in alignment, the pages turn on their own. And they're having to wrestle with this to a degree, feeling like at times that they should be doing this or they should be doing that. And then in the next week, they find themselves inspired to take action, and they take huge action and are highly efficient and effective at that which they were inspired to do in a short amount of time. Inspired action is different from efforting. Inspired action is free flowing and is not what you call work. It doesn't feel like work, even though those outside of you would say you're working a lot. But the feeling is different, which is what causes the efficiency, the effectiveness, the huge impact in a short amount of time because of the energy that you're operating in. Life takes on a whole new meaning when you begin to truly see that the pages turn on their own, and that being in alignment and acting on your inspirations is way more impactful than efforting, pushing, driving to materialize an intention. It's two different things. And life can be lived that way. And that's what they're starting to see. But it's still a process of moving into that, moving out of that which you have been conditioned to be, and moving into the type of being that believes and thinks and feels and acts from the space of one's truth in source. It's still a process of moving into that, but the fire of that movement grows daily as you begin to see with your awareness that the process is the same process in every area, and that acting out of alignment is way different than efforting when in conflict, inner conflict to your intention. Way different. You're powerful from that position. You're beautiful from that position. You're free and weightless from that position. And that's what we would like all of you to see. So, again, if you find value in this type thing, be sure to check the description and join us for live conversation via Zoom. Just follow the link to our conscious discussions. If you are inspired to a more private conversation with us to launch from this point forward into greater growth and expansion, schedule a private session. Our private session investment is different from most that you have found. The investment is what you are inspired to when the session is over. Our desire is to be of magnificent support. And so we leave that open to you. The value that you find, that which you are inspired to, that's the investment. Whatever you're inspired to once the session is over. So feel free to schedule that if you are inspired to, and allow us to be of support. We're waiting for you. So we're going to open it up now for any questions, comments, anything that you were moved to during the discussion, and we'll take some time to interact with those ideas. Hey, Catherine. Excellent question. Catherine's asking, can you talk about how the collective energy can affect us? Absolutely. The collective energy can affect you and does affect you until you're strong enough for it not to. That's the answer. As you progress down this path of growth and expansion, as you understand more and more who you are in source, as you see more and more how there are layers to this game, the higher you go in your vibrational expression with consistency and the information, the knowledge, the truth of higher frequency begin to make their way into you, you are forever changed to that level of frequency, and your hunger increases for higher frequency and that level and higher levels of understanding. All of this equals you being stronger, more expanded awareness, more frequently and often in higher vibration, seeking the truth of you in source that is free of fear. And the more you progress down that path, the less outside influences affect you, because you are more and more aware and protective of your thoughts. You're more and more aware and determining of that which you will believe. You're more and more aware and protective of what comes into your senses, because you are managing and transforming yourself inwardly. And as you walk this path again, and as you begin to establish yourself and recreate yourself and release conditioning that no longer serves you, the strength of your inner being and your choice of who to be begins to become priority. And the more that becomes priority, and the more you establish the ideas that are more in alignment with who you intend to be, that puts you in alignment with your intentions, the intentions that you desire to experience, the more you are working inward toward the truth of you and source, the you that is free of fear. All of that combined equals the inability of that which appears outside of you that you have now accepted as true and know as true, that is merely a reflection of you. All of this again equals the inability of the external to affect you internally. Now, while you're on the process, yes, it still does. Your children can trigger you. Your spouse or partner can trigger you to low vibration. Your parents can still trigger you to low vibration. Your siblings, your close friends and family can still trigger you to low vibration. The person that cuts you off on the highway or says something disrespectful to you in the store can still trigger you to low vibration. But as you walk this path, this occurs less and less, because you are no longer in alignment with it, and because you no longer have anything internally to be triggered. Does that make sense, Catherine? Mm. Yes, yes. Catherine says, thank you. I've been playing with this idea for a while. Yeah, and that's awesome. Play with it and just look, but it still hinges on, your play and practice with the ideas on the inside. But as you continue to chip away at that which is inside and establishing yourself anew, you are walking the path at a certain rate of speed. And if you're doing that, you begin to see how things that once bothered you don't bother you so much anymore. Things that once triggered you immensely only nudge you just a little bit. And that's what lets you know that you are growing. That's what lets you know that the ideas that were once there that were dominant are weakening, and that the new version of you that you are sowing is gaining more and more momentum. That's what lets you know. And if you continue along that path, what we stated just a second ago reveals itself, proves itself. For the less you are able to be triggered, that is synonymous with the external not having any sway over you. And then you're able to walk freely, able to take deep breaths and walk freely and be authentic and be unique and be a full bloomed, most perfect flower everywhere you find yourself and in every present moment, only focused on that which you are being in the highest, free of any care or concern about external thoughts, opinions, worries, doubts, because you have grown and expanded beyond those considerations. Excellent. Thank you for that question and comment. Anyone else? Excellent question, Catherine. What is our power as one person on this planet? Your power as one person on this planet is to express in the highest. And that is an excellent question on multiple levels. What is our power as one person? And that's one of the things you come to in understanding is that you are one person. You are an individual, a singularity, a pure, perfect piece and parcel of source as a singularity. And that your life is your own, and that everything and everyone connected to you is an effect of you supporting you in the creation of experience. That means your children, that means your spouse or partner, that means the strangers that you meet in the store and on the streets that pass you in the cars. They're all collaborative components in those individual present moments in support of you to create experience. And that which they are being is a reflection of the individual at any given moment. And as you work your way in, you begin to see this. And sometimes it's difficult to accept that. It's difficult to accept that. But once you accept it and you continue to work inward, approaching the truth of you in source, you begin to see. And once you see it and accept it, and then you turn around and you start to say things to yourself like, I intend to be the highest and best that I can be. I intend to be the absolute brightest light that I can for me. Now, the trick is when you do that, anyone and everyone that you come in contact with, you're the highest version of yourself for that person. But you don't do it for that person. The power is in you being that and choosing to be that for you. And when you start choosing to be the highest and the brightest light expression that you can in every moment for you, within that frequency, those frequencies, that energy ripples out from you in your immediate environment, in your home, in your surrounding environment, when you're at the store, when you're at the gas station, and it touches people. It touches the plants, the flowers, the trees, whether you have conversations with them or not, and it gives them an opportunity to tune up to your vibration, to your frequency. And a subtle tune up for anything or anyone in a lower vibration opens them up to higher thoughts, which can ultimately change their life. So, the highest power for the individual is to begin to choose selfishly to be the highest version of themselves. And there's no ceiling, by the way, because the body can handle high frequency, but that's not something that you just jump into. That's something that you have to grow into. But the body can handle it. There is no ceiling to the height of frequency that you can offer. Does that make sense? Awesome. Thank you again for the questions, Catherine. Does anyone else have questions that they are inspired to at the moment? All right. Excellent. Well, again, we are thankful, immensely grateful for each of you who have participated with your energies in guiding this interaction. We're thankful again for those of you who have found this recording and allowed us to be of support. Be sure to check the description for our live conscious discussions that we hold via Zoom. You have to register so that you can get the Zoom information. We're extremely excited for each of you. It is Friday. The weekend is coming. Intend in the highest for this weekend idea. Feel it, and then get back to us on how it unfolded for you. We love you very much, and we will talk to you soon.